Okay. All right, live. Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Mamapreneur Podcast. My name is Robbin. I am your fabulous hostess with the mostest, and welcome to show number 38. Oh my God. Let me be dramatic real quick. Show number 38. It just, again, every show, when we hit a new show each time, I'm like, man, we've done this many shows, and I'm gonna say it tonight. We've done 38 shows, and it has been an amazing ride. This year will be 2 years of the podcast, and I'm still again, never in my wildest dreams, the person who is scared to do public speaking is your podcast host, and I give that credit always every show to the fabulous Kesha Kesh, who is the CEO and founder of Power Team. If it wasn't for her, there will be no Mamapreneur Podcast. So I give her flowers each and every show. Today is no different. So Christy, I love the golf clap. Love the golf clap. I love it. Well, again, welcome everyone. Thank you for tuning in and rocking with us tonight. Tonight's going to be an amazing show. Before we get into the show and all the fun of the show, whether it's your first time watching or you have tuned in each show, I put the audience to work before we get started. As great as it is to hear me and Christy talk tonight and my other guest, Anika, talk tonight, we're going to put you guys to work in the audience. So first and foremost, if you're watching us right now, whether it's the replay or the live broadcast, please share tonight's live broadcast or replay. I do a drawing every episode, but in order to get added into the drawing, A, you must share, and B, you must type hashtag Mamapreneur in the comments section. All righty. Also, if you're watching the replay, let us know that you're watching the replay. So that's first and foremost. First duty of the night, audience. First duty of the night. Also, this show started from going to a networking event. And so I truly believe in the power of networking and connecting with other like-minded individuals. So if you're an entrepreneur in the audience, I would like for you to tag your business name, whether it's your Facebook page, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, wherever your business is, website, smoke signals, Morse code, wherever you do business, I need you to type that in the comments so you can network amongst each other in the comments. Okay? All righty. And last thing, before I just go into the rest of my spiel, I want to know where you're tuning in from, because I always tell people the Mamapreneur Podcast is no longer just a Dallas show. This show is reaching people in Canada, Oregon, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Kansas, Mississippi. And so we want to be global. Amen. Global, nationally, all the things. So type in the comments. Let us know where you're tuning in from. I would love to know. We're trying to reach everyone. All right. So introduce myself briefly. My name is Robbin Kelton. I am born and raised in Dallas, Texas. I am an entrepreneur by day, but I am a mamapreneur outside of that. I've been called Jamaican a few times because we do a lot. I coined one episode, we are the Jackie of all trades. A shirt will be made. Jackie of all trades. So I am a hairstylist and have been a hairstylist for over 25 years. I slowly transitioned into a salon coaching business, and which is called Savvy Salon Systems. I am a Mary Kay consultant, and I have been. April will be 15 years. I love everything Mary Kay. Everything Mary Kay. And I am a paparazzi consultant. As you can see, this huge necklace. We couldn't make it no huger for you tonight. So I have my necklace, I have my bracelet, I have my little ear crawler, if y'all can see that. Paparazzi been making these ear crawlers. Oh, thank you, girl, for the close up.
You're bringing the bling.
And yeah, that's what we do. And so I've been asking everybody that's in paparazzi, the more ear crawlers y'all can find, just send them my way. I don't care what color. I don't care. Yeah, just send them on. We'll take them all colors, shapes, and sizes. All righty. But again, this show came about from a networking event back in 2020. And here we are. And I love that the community that I have built is reaching so many people and it's getting people to step outside of their comfort zones. It's been great. To see the person who was nervous 5 minutes before we go live, you wouldn't be able to tell on a live broadcast that they were nervous. So I done my job, but we just talked about it before coming live. If we could help one person today, we done our job. Okay. All right. Before I get to Christy, I gotta tell you about who tonight's show is being sponsored by. I'm going to talk about her a little later, but her name is Jaslyn McDade out of Prairie View, Texas. She has a company called JD Luxe Beauty, and she has a journal that is going to be coming out on, I think it's Sunday, and it's a self-care journal, and it'll be coming out on Amazon. So I'll be posting the link and all the things where you can order directly from her, but I'll be chatting more later. And I brought her up. She's our sponsor for tonight, but I want to talk about the first thing, which is affiliate marketing. Mamapreneur Enterprises is starting affiliate marketing where I can promote your brand for you and you do not have to physically be on the show. Anika, our other guest, did it before she came on, and I was able to promote her brand before coming on to tonight's show. And so that's exactly what Jaslyn did. If you're interested in having your brand put out there, and you don't have to physically be a guest on the show, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to assist and let you know how that goes. Okay. Also, now booking for 2023. I know we're in 2023, but we are booking for this year for female entrepreneurs from all over the country. Doesn't matter where you are, as long as you have a business, a legal business. Amen. Got to say that. Legal business. Please get with me, get with Power Team. They'll pass the message on to me or reach out to me directly, and I'll be happy to set up a call with you on my calendar, and let's get you more details about how you can be a guest of the Mamapreneur Podcast. This show is played on lots of major platforms, and it's a way to get your brand more exposure. All right. So now booking. All right. Now booking. I need a sign, now booking. All right, y'all. So a few episodes I've been talking about merch. We already have shirts, and you guys have seen the shirts and all the things. But a sorority sister of mine did some fabulous mugs for me. And I'm going to premiere the mug tonight. They are on sale. You guys can see that. Get a nice little. Tonight. They are on sale. So these are $15. If you are interested, please reach out to me directly, and I can do for you. So. All righty. So next. Calling all kidpreneurs. If you are a child and you have a business, I want to talk to you. So, parents of kidpreneurs, please reach out to me, whether it's via Mamapreneur Podcast page, Power Team. They'll get the message back to me. But yes, I am doing an episode for kidpreneurs only. So please reach out. All right. Christy, mute for me real quick. All right. If you've seen the show, you know that I love affirmations. I believe in the power of affirmations. I believe in you speak positive things will come, especially if God is in agreement with what you manifesting. Okay. So I have a few tonight before I get to the fabulous Christy. And if you're into that kind of thing, get a pen, get a paper, write them down, create some of your own, and speak those things to yourself. Okay. All right. All righty. First, God will put me in rooms that will grow my brand. God will put me in rooms that will grow my brand. Okay. I am walking into a season of open doors, prepared tables, and favored situations. Let me say that again. That was long. All right. I am walking into a season of open doors, prepared tables, and favored situations. Had to do a little ditty with that, okay? All right. I am coming for everything that I deserve in 2023. I am coming for everything that I deserve in 2023. My ideal clients will find me with ease. My ideal clients will find me with ease. A few more to go. My business will impact millions of people or businesses. My business will impact millions of people. #global. All right. I am building generational wealth in 2023. I am building generational wealth in 2023. And last, 2023 will be the year of my glow up, and this is my winning season. 2023 will be the year of my glow up, and this is my winning season. All right. Well, that's all we have tonight. Pretty sure there'll be more affirmations in 2 weeks when I see you. But I hope that you guys enjoyed these, and feel free to say this amongst yourselves. Again, if no one else gonna believe in you, you have to. So, all right. Got it? All right. All righty. I would like to introduce our fabulous first guest. Her name is Christy Taylor Klein. Christy and I met via a Facebook group. You know, a sister will meet somebody in a Facebook group and say, come on to the show. You're not doing nothing. Come on to the show. And so Christy is based in Houston, correctly? Am I correct? Houston, Texas?
Yeah, I just moved to Houston. So I was in Dallas for 30 plus years and just came back home.
All righty. And Christy is the owner of We Write It Now. And she is a certified resume writer. And so she's going to talk to you tonight about her fabulous business and how she got started. Ladies and gentlemen, Christy Taylor Klein. Woo!
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love it. And more applause. So, hi, how are you?
I'm good, darling. Yeah. So talk about your journey. Talk about how you got started with Rewrite It Now.
So it's kind of an interesting story, kind of a funny story. I mean, it wasn't at the time. I was at a point in my life where I was trying to figure out what are my next steps? What is the direction I'm going to take my life? I had a background in journalism. I had a background in marketing. I had experience in sales, although I was not good at sales because I didn't believe, I guess, in what I was selling. So I came to a point where I was trying to figure out, okay, what is my next step? Where is my career journey going to take me? And so I thought, well, I have journalism experience, I have marketing experience, I have corporate communications experience. So I am just going to flood the market with this resume that showcases my experience and expertise in all three areas. And, because three is better than one. And so I went about with my job search process, and I tried to get hired for over a year. And I failed miserably. And I mean, I'm serious. I worked hard. I worked 8 to 5 trying to find a job. And after a year, I had to step back and say, okay, hold on, what is happening here? Because I had submitted over 100 applications. I had gone on less than 5 interviews, and I hadn't had a single offer. And I just didn't understand what was happening because I had held fairly decent roles with big companies, Fortune 500 companies, and I had a degree. And so I just didn't understand what was happening. And so I decided, I remembered somebody telling me what's the definition of insanity, and it's doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome. And that's where I was. So I put the job search process on hold, and I reached out to some colleagues of mine that were recruiters, and I asked them, what is happening? Like, am I doing the resume wrong? Is my job search strategy going wrong? Like, what can I do differently? And what I learned out of those conversations really blew me away. They were things, strategies, and concepts that I had no idea were important in the job search process. And it wasn't the simple things like a cover letter, and showing up to an interview on time. They mentioned keywords, and they mentioned the ATS. And I was like, what the heck is an ATS?
I was just going to say, what's an ATS?
Yeah, what is an ATS? And so anyway, the short version is they told me the things that I was doing wrong. And then I had to think about it. And I was like, okay, I'm a fairly smart individual, educated, college degree. And this was the first I was learning about this stuff. So then I kind of thought more about this, and I realized, I bet I'm not the only person out there that doesn't know about these things to do or not to do. And I can guarantee you at that time, most people didn't know about the ATS unless you're in the recruiting field. So this all kind of went down in 2019, the end of 2019. The beginning of 2020, January, Mel Robbins is my inspiration.
Love her.
I love her, love her. She's on my bucket list to meet before I die. So if you can hook me up, please do. But anyway, I did this challenge, and it was 2020, make this the best decade ever challenge. That was January of 2020. Now, if you recall what happened in 2020.
Oh, Lord.
Exactly. Right. So I was all fired up, and she inspired me to launch this business helping job seekers. And what did that look like? It looked like me helping them navigate the job search process, telling them what they don't know, helping them create resumes that would make it past the applicant tracking systems. So I launched my business. I was super excited about it. And then March comes, and the entire world shuts down. Not even just our country, but like the entire world shuts down. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to do now? I didn't have a choice because I already went down the road of trying to get hired, and that did not work. So really the only option in my mind was I have to make this business work. So I aligned myself with other business owners. And since everybody was shut down, everybody had time to help me. And so I got coaching from all different areas. And the big thing that they taught me is when you launch a business, you have to build this like, no trust factor. And the best way to do that is through video. And so I thought about that and I'm like, man, I don't want to go on Facebook and go live and do videos and all that
In
stuff.
there.
Because, yeah, that is not my favorite space to be in. But if you think about it, I had a captive audience. People weren't working. They were on social media doing nothing, right? So I might as well start to build an audience and build a following and start demonstrating my knowledge so that when the market did open back up, I would be top of mind. So that's what I did. I started going live on Facebook, and it was very messy and it was very uncomfortable, right? So I get it. If you don't want to do it, I get it. But I'm telling you, video is where it's at. So anyway, I did that. I went live, 1 to 2 times a week for about 6 months straight. Things started to open up and my business started to open up. So that's kind of how I got started. A long explanation.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Hey, it's your journey. So talk about that first customer, that first client, like that process. Like you got your first client, now what?
So I got my first clients and, I had been coached to over deliver. And these first clients, if you're honest with them and you over deliver, they are going to help you grow your business. And they did. And I leaned on my friends to help spread the word. I leaned on my business colleagues to help spread the word. I did not charge much at all. I think like my first resume client was $100. And that was high. And I felt uncomfortable charging that. But, you have to start somewhere. And I just really leaned on my network of people that had been where I wanted to go. And I learned from them. I asked tons of questions. I had conversations with people. I reached out to people, even that I didn't know. And, I asked them the questions. What would you do differently when you launched your business? What one piece of advice would you have to give somebody? And when you surround yourself around people that are willing to give and willing to help you, number one, you learn so much. Number two, they help boost you up.
Absolutely.
And now I'm at a point where I get the privilege of helping people. I get the privilege of giving guidance to people that are just starting to think about starting a business or that are just starting a business. It's that giving back and it feels good. I was so blessed to have people that helped me for free, and so that's what I want to do is I want to return the favor. I want to see other people succeed. I want to empower them. I want to encourage them and I want to inspire them.
I love that. Talk about some common mistakes you see people make on their resume. Just a couple things. You ain't got to go into a long couple things. We're gonna start charging me in a minute. All right, now, just a couple common mistakes.
Sure. And can you still hear me? Okay.
Absolutely, yeah, I can still hear you.
Okay. So one of the biggest mistakes that I see is somebody that tries to dump their entire work history into a resume, and it's not skimmable. So when you think about recruiters, they're seeing 300, 400, 500 resumes a day, right? You want to give them a document that they can quickly scan and quickly say, Yes, this person is worth a conversation. No, this person is not. The worst place to be is in that messy middle, And if you think about it as a job seeker, you either want to hear yes to move forward or no to move on. It's just that middle that is such a pain, right? And so when I create these resumes, I want them to be skimmable. And then there's no real reason to include your entire work history. Downplay things that are less relevant and showcase things that are relevant, meaning, is this piece of information going to help me secure an interview? Does this piece of information demonstrate why I am a great candidate? So that's one of the biggest ones that I see.
Awesome. And Christy is very fluent with LinkedIn. And what I mean is to make your LinkedIn profile. I think you kind of got that expertise to kind of make it kind of stand out a little bit. And so kind of talk about LinkedIn a little bit, because again, we talked about this the other day, but a lot of people look at LinkedIn as, oh, that's just me going to get a job. It's not like the importance of what that profile should kind of look like.
So, I don't know how old your audience is, right? But I'm 50 plus. I'll go ahead and say it. And, back in my day, it was all about having a good, strong resume and then having a cover letter that would capture the attention of the recruiter.
Oh, the cover letter. Go ahead.
Cover letters are dying a slow death. There are recruiters out there that live and die by them. Most recruiters don't even look at them. So, my advice when it comes to cover letters is, if the job posting says submit one, do it, but just don't overthink it. And don't include a valuable piece of information in your cover letter that's not in your resume, because it may not ever get seen. Okay, so that's cover letters. Back to your question, Robbin, about LinkedIn. So cover letters are going away. LinkedIn is replacing cover letters. If you think about a resume is honestly a dry, stuffy, formal document detailing your career history and your skills and your experience, right? LinkedIn is the opportunity for you to connect with the recruiter, to connect with the hiring manager. Mm-hmm. So LinkedIn gives you the opportunity to humanize the resume, if you will. It's an opportunity to convey your brand. What's important to you? What are your guiding principles? What is your philosophy on, whatever your area is? If you're a customer experience person, talk about the customer experience. Throw a quote on leadership if leadership is what you're striving for. It's an opportunity to brand yourself. And I always say, your LinkedIn profile is either working for you or against you 24/7. Period. The end. It serves as your personal billboard. And you don't know who's driving by and looking at it. You never know. And if you design it right, and if you're designing it with the appropriate message that really communicates your value, who you are, what you believe in, you will get found. So my question back to, not to you, but like to the audience, is what does your LinkedIn profile, what message does your LinkedIn profile send? And are you happy with that? If you're not, we need to have a talk.
Love it. Come on, plug yourself. I love it. All right. Now, if someone wants to book with you, how would they do that?
So the first thing to do is head over to my website, wewriteitnow.com. And there's a lot of information on there. The simple answer is go to the landing page to wewriteitnow.com, scroll down to the bottom and hit book a consultation. If you want to learn about me, you can play around on the site. If you want to see some of my work, you can look on the site. My services are there, but yeah. So that's how you would reach me.
All righty.
Thank you, Kisha.
WeWriteItNow.com.
Thank
And
you.
what's next for your business in 2023? What's next?
So I'm so glad you asked that question because I am really excited about this new development. In March, April, I'm going to be launching kind of a separate piece of my business. It's a part of it, but it's really geared towards recent college graduates.
Awesome.
And young career professionals. So like 0 to 2 years. Because what I have learned is the things that the schools are teaching them in terms of resumes, job search strategies, LinkedIn, all those things is not always timely. It's not always accurate, and it's definitely not enough. And the thing is, these kids, these students, when they graduate, I want to empower them with the tools and the knowledge they need to speed up the job search process, negotiate salaries that really communicate their worth, and help them land the job of their dreams, and I want to provide that personalized coaching, so that they can speed up that job search process and get the role that they really want. So I am launching a recent college graduates program, and I'm still playing around with some of the elements of it, but it's going to be a 4 to 6 week program, super intensive, where I give them, one-on-one coaching on interview strategies, on job search strategies, on elevator pitch. Of course, I'm going to help them craft a great resume and a LinkedIn profile that tells them their story. I'm going to give them all the things that they need to feel supported, be encouraged, be inspired, and walk into these interviews confident of the value that they have to bring an organization. And I'm freaking excited about it, man.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, once you get that up and running, you need to come talk to me so we can put it there. I'm actually, I'll slide in something I'm working on as we speak, similar to that, but it's within my coaching program for the salon, and that's to go and talk to beauty school students who are at the end. They've graduated, because beauty school don't teach you much about business. It teaches you all the tools for you to go past state board, and then when you're done, all right, get out of my school. We need to make some more money off some new students, know, and that's that. So I love that you're doing that, because again, graduating from college or whatever, and it's just, all right, you've graduated. We're going to have one little seminar on career development. All right, you go on out there now. So it's good that we're having that mindset. Okay, let's prepare these people for that next step. So I love that. Yes, please, once you get that going, let's talk. Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's so important. They are our future, and we need to coach, train, and guide them to be successful.
Yeah. Otherwise, they're just like, oh no, I don't know where to go.
Then you're going to have a couch potato that plays video games all day long.
Facts. Well, Christy, tell everybody how you can be reached.
Yes, so you can find me over on LinkedIn, Christy Klein, Kristi. On Facebook, Christy Taylor Klein, and then of course my website at WeWriteItNow.com. And I am now booking for February clients. So I would love to have a conversation. Let's talk about it. I am your biggest cheerleader. So
love it. Thank you so much for coming on tonight, gracing us with your presence. Tonight is Lipstick Ministry. As you can see, Christy has on her red. I have on my purple. Christy has on her Mary Kay lippy. I have on everything on my face is Mary Kay, but I am supporting a friend of mine and fellow mamapreneur, Teresa Pride. She sells bedroom candy. Her name is Majestic. All right. Thank you, Christy, so much for joining me tonight.
Thank you so much.
We'll be in touch. Thank you. All right. See you around. Bye, girl. Bye. Y'all give Christy some love in the comments, some fire emojis in the comments. All right. Our next victim, no, I'm playing, she's not a victim. Our next guest, her name is Anika Jones Seals. Hopefully I said that in the right order, whatever. Hopefully I said that her name in the right order. She is the owner and founder of Holistic Fluency Consulting, and I can't wait for her to come on and tell you all about her journey. Used to be in education, and now she's put a twist on what she does. And so she's going to come on in a minute, and we're going to chop it up. Don't forget to share tonight's live broadcast in order to get added into tonight's drawing, but you must share and type hashtag Mamapreneur in the comments. There she is, Anika.
Hey, look, it's I'm ready. Thank you for having me. Look, I'm ready, because a lot of times I say it's Anika S. Jones. Please say the S. You know, I feel like Lil Wayne about when he used to say, "Please say the baby." Please say my S. You know? Yes, ma'am.
I love it. Well, I am glad
Excited.
that you have graced us with your presence. I look forward to everybody hearing about holistic fluency and just kind of talk about how you got started. What made you say, hey, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to step out of the classroom and be an entrepreneur. Anika S. Baby Jones.
So first, just different things that principals might have you do at the beginning of the school year as we get to know each other, right? So just some questionnaires so you can kind of get some real specific things kind of quickly. So what might you do when you leave education? I love to cook. So I said, start a restaurant. And you hear some people saying, I know that when they leave education, normally an administrator, they say, I'm a consulting now. So I said, well, maybe an ed consultant. That's something I'll do. And what ended up happening was I saw a challenge, right? My coach, Dr. Chanel DeWell, she had a challenge to start your own education consultant. I said, well, let me check it out. Let me see what's going on. And literally 5 minutes in, I was like, well, I have no idea what's going on. I do not know. So this learning curve will be pretty steep. Now, I'll say that is a lot as an educator, right? I was an educator, traditional K-12 for almost 20 years. So to say that the learning curve was suddenly steep, wow, right?
Yeah.
So got coached, but the big jump, my big leap moment came as the more I reflected on having a young child. And I have a 6-year-old son. He was in kindergarten last year, and I realized there would be a constant conflict, right? If I had meet the teacher, so did his campus. Mm-hmm. If I had an event going on, at the campus I was supporting the teachers there, so did they at his school. So I'm like, we're supposed to do 12 years of this, really? Just as an educator mom. But it's a thing though. A lot of people aren't aware and don't think about that necessarily. But I literally couldn't understand knowing that and proceeding as is. So I think Christy was just talking about the definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over and expect it to change. I knew something had to change. So prayed about it and took that leap.
I love it. How long has holistic fluency been around? How long is it?
So we are a little over a year old. So we're getting up there. We're getting some roots now, a couple sprouts. No, so we're a little bit over a year old at this point. October 2021. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So talk about the name, Holistic Fluency. You're like, all right, this is going to be the name of my business.
Yes. Okay. So I guess I'm gonna let all of my nerds show for real. Okay. So educator life, fluency, that's something we hear a lot, especially as a former math educator mostly, and then also supporting in some ELAR, some English language arts and reading roles as well. You want the students to be fluent, right? Where it's just, that's how you know that they really have true command of the language on the reading side, right? Where they can express it. They can show conviction. They can demonstrate their comprehension. On the math side, super similar. That's when you think about multiplication facts, right? Old school. I know my multiplication facts by heart. I know my timetables, and I can just do it with a certain automaticity, right? One of our educator words.
Come on, educator word. Spell it for the people in the back. No, just joking.
It just comes super quickly, super easy, and just smoothly. So the holistic part is not homeopathic at all, like some of the, herbs and things that people do. It's not that, but it is the whole child. So meaning, or the whole person, actually, because it's more than just children that we work with and support, but it is thinking about their social and emotional intelligence, their social emotional agility, because we're trying to build ninjas out here. We need you to be relational ninjas and know how to maneuver, know how to read the situation, know what's the best skills to apply there. So just a 360 view.
Okay. So, excuse me. So talk about now, you're not in the classroom. You're just doing consulting full time. You still have your munchkin.
Yes.
Talk about time management now, how that's changed completely now doing holistic fluency full time.
So it had to absolutely change. One of my first real conversations with myself was, there's no bell anymore. I don't have a first period through seventh period. There's no particular time that says, okay, well, this is your conference, your 1 hour to get everything done. So being honest and making those decisions for myself, whether it was for certain weeks, okay, I'm going to attack a certain task per day, right? Like maybe we talked about LinkedIn earlier. I'm going to spend a little time on LinkedIn on Tuesday and Thursday, and that's it, right? Because LinkedIn will take over your life, y'all. You have
Yes, it will.
You have to put some parameters on it. Then, I'm going to make sure I follow up Friday, just different things, little themes, just structuring my time. It was absolutely different. Honestly, Robbin, it was absolutely different moving into the entrepreneur space. It has been.
And I swear you work harder now, just, in this realm versus at the school and actually teaching, just because no one's giving you, like you just said, no one's giving you that schedule. You over here having to navigate all these things on top of your child, and dealing with that. So
it's different. It's different for sure, because it is, there's no one giving you the schedule, like be clear. Educators are hard workers. That's it's the hardest job, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
It's the hardest job, in my opinion. So that's saying a lot. But I will say one of the absolute blessings has been freedom wins. Like I said, not having to worry about that conflict, or I'm not going to be able to, because, for his school, because I have something at the campus I'm supporting, I can schedule around that. I have control of that now. So that's not a thing at all. Mm-hmm.
And talk about some of the challenges you might have faced as that transition happened. The transition of educator to entrepreneur. Talk about that.
So I guess one big thing that comes to mind is literally when I was doing both at the same time, building and growing my business, setting the foundation, but also still supporting in a supportive role as a master teacher on a campus. Mm-hmm. So that was a lot. Yes, that was definitely a lot. On top of, I guess a big thing would be, and I'm gonna lean over a little bit. I'm gonna lean in a little bit when I say this. Also, one thing that it's different because I'm working it's for me. It's for me and directly impacting my family, in a different kind of way. So, but one of the growing pains for sure was not just going from the intense structure at the schoolhouse, right? Like people say, but also going from changing the mindset from that, because educators tend to be used to having a daily checklist. This is the flow for my day. So if things are not flowing like that, you kind of have a backup plan. There's only but so many factors that are kind of going to move out of place, probably dependent on somebody's personality. Mm-hmm. In entrepreneur life, is 50 million things that could factor. You'd be like, well, I didn't know about that. I didn't even think about that yet. And so just I'm actually going live about it tomorrow, transitioning from the mindset of a checklist to dominoes, I'm gonna say. And that's all I say. Checklist to dominoes.
I can only imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Come on, Dominoes. Now, with holistic fluency, what do you consider your target audience would be within? Is it more for elementary? Is it more for secondary? What do you consider your target audience?
And so some people are gonna clutch their pearls because everyone always says, you have to niche, you have to niche. And so I will say that my niche, my target is really, because it's social emotional work, it's everybody. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
Right, some of y'all are being Regina Hall, like, oh no, right, that like that. But let me tell you why. Let me tell you why first. So it is definitely working with people that touch youth. So whether that's guardians, parents, or educators, because there's certain things we have to do and put in place to support them. But it starts with you first, your own awareness, and then building from there. So that's, school life. But then also for corporations, corporate space, whether it's a small business or a large business, because there's a lot of teams that are being led and not with the best skills in place, not with the best level of awareness, development. I talked about recently that there's 5 generations in the workplace. A lot of people didn't even realize that. They were like, what? Wait a minute, count them out. What you mean? 5 generations in the workplace. And so we have to do the work with all of them. There's certain things that motivates one, but not the others. Like, it's very specific things that they prefer communication wise. They prefer when it comes to motivation, all these things that it takes some reflection, some awareness. So because of the work that we're doing, then it's everybody. It is.
Okay.
It is. But I will say, I'm gonna say this, I have a soft spot because I mostly worked as a middle school educator for that time. And I know some people are like, middle school, but whatever, that's my people. I have their back.
I almost went and got my certificate for English language arts reading 4 through 8. So yeah, I took the test and everything, but the test didn't agree with me. But that's a whole nother show.
Okay.
Now, but I wanted to teach middle schoolers too. They're like, oh my God, Robbin, really? Do you? But I'm with you.
I mean, well, it's a calling, like everybody, like, and I see there's a lot of educators on here. They'll co-sign whatever your grade band is. That's your thing, and the others are not. Period. The end. Right. Elementary looks at the middle and high school is like, while we're looking at them like, no thanks. So when it's your fit, it's your fit. But having taught the middle schoolers for so long and then still growing up with them. My oldest kids turned 27 this year, right? And they keep for me because I know it's for old people. That's what they say,
She said middle school is not for the weak. No, it's not.
It is not.
The way my patience is set up. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But I almost went that route. So yeah.
So we have a course specifically for them. And it's also for those that support them. But it's doing a lot of awareness work with them, because over those years, asking young people what they're interested in, what they like to do, and they didn't know. So it was like, I was like, they really don't know about themselves. Like, we're trying to put this content and things on top. Teacher this reading, teacher this math, this science, but we really have to back up. We have to back up. So that, because I chuckled a little bit when Christy talked about people playing video games, because I love to talk about that. Because guess what? Those are your drone pilots, though.
Yeah.
Those are your drone pilots. And who doesn't use drones at this point? The military, transportation, medical, everybody. So
I say your drone pilots and your IT. They're going to be your IT later in life. They'll be able to do all that coding and stuff better than you can. So
yes,
definitely just steer them in the direction of STEM in some shape, form, capacity. Like you can.
Right. But then that's when the awareness of the different generations is powerful to come into play, because you tap into that. Okay, well, that's an interest. So like you said, flip it to coding, flip it to be a drone pilot. But somebody at the workplace has to know that's how it shows up, and it may not, and it may not be the top level C-suite, maybe someone in between. So that's why everyone has to be aware of everybody. So that's part of what we do.
Absolutely. So talk through, someone wants to, like on your website, you have a coffee, have a virtual coffee or whatever.
Yes.
Talk about that process. If someone wants to come on and be a client, like whether it's individually, corporation, whatever, talk about that process of if someone is listening tonight and, hey, I might want to, do business with her.
So and look, the link in all of the bios on all the things on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, right? All of the links do have a button where you can press to schedule a coffee chat. And the coffee chat is really where Holistic Fluency gets to understand, what your goals are, what your successes are, and just what you are wanting to accomplish. So what are some challenges you may have had? So just to give some perspective and some insight as to how we can best support you, because we do have different, talking points, different topics that people tend to want more commonly, but we have a variety, especially depending on if it's parents, right? Some districts want us to do a parent series to help, again, support at home, to do that full wraparound of the social emotional skills going on with the kids at school. And then again, on the other side, it's more leadership coaching, whether it's instructional coaching in the school setting or in corporate setting, because the leader has to be strong to make sure the team is the best it can be. Okay.
And recently you had a rites of passage. Talk about that. The recipes, rites of passage. Talk about that a little bit.
So we did our recipes, a rite of passage. I'm going to say it was a soft launch. And so it's a subscription box, again, that is dedicated to the adolescents. Like, that is truly our work of the heart. It is the work of heart for real. That is real hard work. And it came from, again, being that middle school educator, being in the classroom with the young people and just hearing some of the things that they needed, but there wasn't a specific structure to get that to them anymore. Again, starting with the awareness, some communication basics, right? Advocacy, being able to advocate and speak up for yourself, but appropriately. So these are just a lot of the things, a lot of the skills that are practiced. It's essential skills, right? And even thinking about my connection, I'll say, with Christy. We know Christy works on the resume building and just all those logistics and nuances. But a lot of times I like to say that the soft skills, the skills that we help people develop, really become proficient in, that helps you get the promotion, because you can get the job, but it helps you get the promotion because you're showing that you have that good emotional quotient, that you're able to demonstrate that emotional intelligence.
Love it. And you hear more about emotional intelligence today. I've heard it on so many different arenas, even pastors talking about it. Darius Daniels, he talks a lot about emotional, relational, and all that intelligence. And that's crazy. You wouldn't hear about that about 5 years ago.
That's true.
So now you hear more about that. I started when I first started following him, kind of looking more into that piece, and then, things kind of click. You're like, okay, I wouldn't even thought of that way, So.
Yeah, for a lot of people, it's still a little bit misty, though, because they're not quite sure exactly what it is, though. So even if they're hearing it a lot, just the practicality of it, just what does it look like in real life? A lot of these shenanigans and conversations that are happening, these faux pas and all these people messing up sometimes, things that we know are avoidable, I'll say. I'm like, a lot of the shenanigans are avoidable.
Agreed.
We just have to develop it and build that awareness, because you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And what I like with you're starting it now, with the kids now at their age now versus them being adults. You can't, some of that stuff you can't turn off, as they become adults.
Well, wait now. Listen now. We're going to practice our growth mindset, Robbin. So it's going to take more work, though. It'll take more work.
That's my point.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my point. It takes more time, but with kids, the more consistent you are with that, you can see a change there. It's just, I was given the difference, child. You knew what I meant. Okay. I asked Christy this question. I'm asking you the same. What's next for Anika S. Baby Jones and Holistic Fluency in 2023?
So the biggest thing is moving into the corporate coaching now, because again, a lot of these, yeah, when we think about a lot of the news stories that we see, or just conversations we're having every day, whether it's a smaller company, so there's generational issues, right? Because it might be a
Mhm.
lot of family-driven things, or if it's a larger corporation and people are resigning, which I was a part of the Great Resignation. People are people are quiet quitting, but literally because I honestly have a problem with quiet quitting, because people are showing you, but did you really know who they were? Did you see them enough? Did you really study them to know when something shifts? Because I'm like,
Yes.
it's loud. If you're paying attention, it's loud, because it's going to be
Quiet and all.
dramatic. So
Yeah.
so that's what, just getting more into the corporate spaces is what we're doing now. Yes, ma'am.
Amazing. I can't wait to hear all about it and see the growth of that, because I know it's going to grow. Now, your clients, are they locally in town, or you have clients from?
Well, listen, this wonderful technology that we have, I have
Mhm.
clients both in and out of town. Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
Amazing. Isn't it great you can just do your work from your phone? You don't have to necessarily be in an office setting. You can just talk to your clients.
Yes,
You
but
could
I
do
will say that we will pull up if you would like it to be in
a
person.
pull-up session. Yeah.
Yes, we sure can. But a
Yeah.
lot of people, have gotten more used to a Zoom type situation, some video
Hmm.
conferencing. So it's working just the same. It really is.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And tell the people how Anika S. Baby Jones can be reached, can followed.
So it's Holistic Fluency. Again, that's on Facebook, on Instagram, and on TikTok. And on we actually have two TikToks. So like I said, I have to keep my ear to the street for the young people. No, I'm just joking. The recipes, a rite of passage, TikTok and YouTube channel. So, mhm.
Okay.
So Holistic Fluency and recipes, a rite of passage.
So if you're interested in Anika's services, make sure you head over to the website, book your coffee chat with her,
Mhm.
and she will help you get the ball rolling in that regard. Anika, thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you, Robin.
on
Thank you.
tonight, gracing us with your presence, shedding some light on education and what you do. It is a blessing to so many people, and so just continue to keep on keeping on.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you again for having me.
Of course, of course. All right. So before we close out, can you believe we are almost to the
Right.
end of the show? How quickly I tell my guests it is the fastest hour of your life. Some don't be believing me until we actually go live. They're like, Robin, that did go by really fast. So few things before we wrap up. Again, I would like to give a shout out again to tonight's sponsor, Miss Jaslyn McDade from JD Lux Beauty. She is coming out with a self-care journal. Who doesn't like a good self-care? Who doesn't like a good journal, honey? So it will debut on Sunday. I will be putting the link out there for you all to check out her link, check out her website, and for you guys to support her and order your self-care journals. And again, if you're interested in affiliate marketing, one of our sponsors is here right now, Miss Anika Jones. Got to promote her leading up to her episode, and I can do the same for you. So if you are interested, please make sure you reach out to myself or Power Team. I'd be happy to go over details about affiliate marketing. Another reminder, kidpreneurs. If you are the parent of a kidpreneur and you're listening right now, I am doing a show on kidpreneurs. Make sure you reach out to myself or Kesha or Power Team, and we'll be happy to go over details. So that's another thing. All righty. Um, don't forget to follow. I'm gonna go over all 10 million of my platforms. Anika was talking about all of hers. I'll go over mine. All right. So make sure you are following myself I am at Mamaprenuer Podcast. That is Facebook. I now have a YouTube channel that I'm working on. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Space. No, but I'm trying to get all the social medias together. Website is mamapreneurpodcast.com. Feel free to head over there. Also, again, we're going to put the merch in your face real quick. If you would like, if you like mugs like I like mugs,
I love
order
it.
your Mamapreneur mug with me today. All righty. Get with me, send me a DM, text, whatever, and I will get you your fabulous Mamapreneur mug. You put your tea, your coffee, your whatever in your mug. Also, you're following the Power Team platform. There's not only just the Mamapreneur Podcast, but there's other shows hosted on Wednesday nights with Dr. Real and Kesha Kesh. We have Monday nights with Bree, Buying and Selling with Bree. And we have opposite Thursdays of me. I'm second and fourth Thursdays. And my good friend, Steph, the educator, she is on first and third Thursday nights. And then we have Kia, who is our newest host, on Tuesday nights. I think it's Cleaning with Kia. Oh, Kia, I'm sorry. I hope I'm saying it right. And make sure you're following our platforms. And thank you guys so much for watching tonight. And I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Have a good night, everybody.